Hello, this is M3llow, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a Master tier player which has reached Master since I believe Season 7. And I would like to present you the patch 14.9, and let's make a quick rundown over it to see how it may impact the meta and maybe it will help you in your future games. We'll go over the Mordog's review and we'll try to put some words over it to make our input. Right off the get-go, the player damage going up. This is weird change considering the fact that they just changed the way the player damage works. So we'll see. The fact that the fact that the players don't really play the stages 2 and 3 is just weird at the moment, but we'll see. Um, The sharp odds, having 27% sharp odds at like level 8 is weird because now you can actually go even level 8 and still roll for your like 3-star 2 costs if you're missing them, like if you just don't hit them or if someone holds them or if they're griefing you or if they're going for the same comp, you just go level 8 and just roll an 8 for the remaining 2 or 3 copies of the champion need. Um, Other than that, reducing the shop odds for 4 costs from 22 to 20 is not going to be felt that much, but it's going to be harder to start them nevertheless. Um, Level 9, having 15% shop odds for a 1 cost. Just imagine going level 9, rolling for your legendaries or, I don't know, 2-star 4 cost, and you get a shop with 4 1 costs in it, and it's gonna make it's gonna make you FF the game. Yeah, the XP cost. This is weird because now they're making level 8 and level 9 and level 10 80 gold, which is the same amount, which is weird because now why would I go level 9 and why would I go level 10? It's just okay, it's level 10 is more accessible. I mean, it's the same gold, but it's gonna seem more accessible level 9, going level 10 instead of rolling. But with this 160 gold, why wouldn't I just stay at level 8? When I see that from level 8 to level 9, I have to like spend 70 gold to get there. It's just gonna be weird, but we'll see. Um, and for the double up, I mean, no one really plays double up, and okay, I don't play double up. Maybe some people play it, but it's just not really of interest for this video, for the purpose of this video. So we're just gonna skip it. Let's see the next slide. Uh, the Ari encounter, giving 15 player health. I never really liked this encounter because it just rewards the fact that people are playing badly or carelessly or that they're just sacrificing too much HP for gold. It just rewards the fortune players and I don't know, the people that just greed too much. I don't like it. So the fact that it gets reduced, it's fine, but it's just I don't like this encounter. The Aurelia one of each shops. Um, this encounter was really annoying, it still is. At 6 shops, someone was hitting every lobby 2-star 5 cost, but now maybe it's gonna be less often. But then again, if you get 2-star of the same 5 cost and you have a duplicator, you still have a 2-star 5 cost, and it's just at stage 4, that's insane because it can always appear at stage 4, I believe. The following encounters will appear slightly more often. The Kane one is fun. I know some people hate this encounter because it just rushes the game, but it actually allows you to play stages 2 and 3, which, by the way, you're not doing. You're never playing stages of 2 and 3. You're just getting the rolls that you get automatically per turn, and you just buy the best and hold the best champs in every shop. So now you can just play the game before stage 4, I believe. The Orn, choose an artifact, is just gonna appear more often because they introduce the new artifacts you're gonna see in a few slides. The following encounter will appear. The following encounters will appear less often. Well, the Chukat shop slots for components is actually one of my favorite encounters because it just pushes you into deciding if you want to roll or if you have to roll it, or if you have the means to get the money to roll for your champs, or if you want to get some straight up power right now. And you see, this is a thematic of the game, like power right now versus power later. Um, the components give you the power now and the power overall in the game. And the fact that it just reduces one shop slot is just gonna make you hit harder. So yeah, I guess it depends on you. But I really like this encounter. I don't know why they reducing how often this appears, but sure. The Diana Salvage Bin one does nothing. The Irelia free move from carousel. This is actually bad encounter because if you ever got it, you'll see that everyone just goes for the three most closest components to them, and they just gotta ignore the rest of the carousel because if you have to go for a component on the other side of the carousel, just someone's gonna take it. So yeah, you pretty much don't have choices at that point. You just go for the best one that's closer to you. I don't know. Um, the Nicholas champion carousel. I mean, this is fine, but this is again, this makes 3-star 3 cost unplayable and unmakeable because now, as you probably know, the shop pods on level 7 are 36% for 3 cost, and this just was a good carousel to get if you were rerolling. The Timo spatula carousel, this one is a weird one because nowadays you don't really want or need a spatula unless you're going for a vertical, which needs a legendary, but even then you probably don't want it because you're gonna play the breakpoints. If you're gonna get like if you need a spatula, you don't pray for this. You don't pray for this carousel. Uh, you probably just pray for an augment. You just get this randomly. Like I don't know what you're doing with the spatula most of the time. Like sometimes it's good, but most of the times you just go for like a heavenly spatula and just call it a day and play some other heavenly champion. Just get the Omnivamp, I believe. The Wukong Radiant item card. So this is the worst, by far the worst encounter in the game. Imagine being at stage 2 at 100% HP, you just barely won 3 fights, luckily, and now the guy that has 80 HP and lost 2 or 3 fights just gets a Radiant Ginsus and you get a Radiant Protector's Vow or a Radiant, I don't know, a Radiant Trash. You get Radiant Morello or something. Like just imagine the discrepancies between them. Like it's just so much power. I'm so happy that this happens less often. The following encounters have been removed. The Kha'Zix lower XP cost for 3 turns. This was an interesting encounter because it was actually one of the encounters you have had to play around. Like you are just going, I don't know, you saw that there is an encounter in 2 turns, and you have to level or something. You're gonna wait for the encounter to see if you have this encounter in order to level up. And sometimes it pays off, but most of the times it didn't because it was rare. So yeah, the Chugat duplicators one, I believe this is what they were referring to, and what was referring to as causing too many 3-star forecasts, but there is a slight discrepancy between this and what they're doing because you see, I don't know if you've seen on Reddit, but there are ongoing discussions since the set started that having 10 copies of the forecasts and is actually such a low amount because if you're triple or 4-way contested, you're just never gonna hit your 2-star forecast. and that's your carry, and people can just grief you so easily by holding one or two copies of it. Like it's just so bad, and I don't actually see a lot of 3-star forecast. Like it's one every 10 lobbies, let's say, at the higher levels. But man, I don't know. The fact that they reduced the how often you get a duplicator, will it really make forecast and I don't know the with the new changes of the shop pods on level 8, will it really make it that less often, or is it just a placebo to say that we did something to reduce the fact to reduce the thing that we are too lazy to change and to look into why this happens? I don't know. We'll see. The Syndra to start Forecast Carousel, this was trash because then again, if your first pick, you just get a Morgana. If your first pick, you just get the best, I don't know, the forecast you want, and if you're last, you just get a Morgana or a Nautilus or something useless, and it just sucks. The changes on the traits, the Arcanists are trash and don't play them. Literally, this is the worst trait in the game, and I try to make it work. Oh my god, I tried to make it work so many times, but you just go 7 and 8. If you try to go 6 or 8 Arcanist, and the change is also a joke because you see it changes from 85 to 90 AP at like 6. Like your issue wasn't AP, your issue wasn't I mean, your issue was not 5 AP and 10 AP at 8, and the team AP getting from 40 to 50 and from 125 to 135. Like at 8, this is such a joke because if you're playing 8 Arcanists, this is your team. Like you're playing 8 units, or unless you have like a dummy with a emblem attached, okay, sure, you have 7 and one other, but you're most likely rolling on 8 because you have 3-star Rilawi and Zoe. So, and probably a Momo, or I don't know what's your front line, but this is such a joke. Like, I don't think the trait is good, but the units are bad, so it's whatever. The Dryad changes, yes, the 6th Dryad was overpowered, uh, very overpowered, and the changes are deserved. It goes from 3-7-11 to 3-7-10. I would have actually went to 9, I believe, but whatever. I just hope I don't see 6th Dryad ever again in my games because it's just so broken. And the AP going down by 10, I don't think this is enough, but it's fine. For now, it's fine. If they don't want to over nerf it, I get it. This works. The duelist attack speed on 4 and 6 get changed from on a 4-piece from 9 to 10, and on a 6-piece from 13 to 14. These might actually get duelists the bridge that they need between stages 3 and 5 to actually be strong in the mid game, and not only in the mid game, but also in the early game if you get the 4-piece. We'll see that later in the slideshow. The Tristana and the Volibear are getting buffed, which might actually also probably gonna help the trait. Tourists are fun, but it's just such a complicated comp to play because sometimes it's better to play it in the early game and I don't know, maybe not play it in the mid game. Is it gonna be viable now in the mid game? I don't know. We'll see. The fated set Omnivamp bonus from 12 to 15% is just such a shame that they just now realized at the middle of the patch that the set Omnivamp is bugged. Like the fact that you let something like this slip for I don't know how many patches has it been, but it was so broken and so good and so bad, and I believe they took the approach on nerfing Fated instead of realizing Set was the issue, and they never really took a look into Set, and they just nerfed his numbers, and now They're like, oh my god, it's what they just realized. Oh my god, it was just bugged. So yeah, I don't know. I love Fated, but man, I don't know. The fact that the Omniband wasn't playing on things like how's it called? Morello and Ionic Spark was just weird, but I don't know. The Fortune 7-piece bonus stacks from 25 to 12. Wow. This means that you're never gonna, I mean, it just means that it's not an automatic win, I believe, when you get 7 Fortune, but other than that, it should mostly be the same. Like you're gonna probably farm it for a complete, I want to say a complete stage, but I don't know if 60 is a good one. Are you just gonna cash out every turn? I don't know. Whatever. The 7-piece of average value turned from 16 to 8, and some cash outs were adjusted. I don't know, man. I never really liked Fortune this set because it's one of these cash out trades that you need to get at the beginning of the game. Otherwise, it's useless. So, yeah, I don't know. The Heavenly no longer scales with unit star level. This is weird because actually it was one of the more interesting things about Heavenly and the augment that gives you reroll based on your Heavenly units. I don't know how it's called, but it was just I thought that it was based around the fact that you have to two-star them in order for Heavenly to be good. Now they reward it and it gives 70% more stats to Heavenly units. I believe it was 100% last time I checked on PB, but yeah, it's whatever. I think it's gonna do the same thing, but maybe Heavenly Reroll is gonna be popular, I believe. I want to say, but I'm not sure. We'll see about this. The story Weaver Kale on hit damage. This goes up by 5 here and by 5 here. And the scroll of haste attack speed per stack is going from 5 to 6%. This is interesting because Red Kale has been in such a bad spot lately, but this might actually bring it back. Um, it might be a good change. We'll see. The Umbral Execute threshold from 10, 18, 20, 45 to 10, 18, 25, and 60. Yeah, I still don't think this is enough. Like 9 Umbral is trash, and I have a video on it. I don't know if I'm gonna post it or not, but I just got fourth with 9 Umbral, and it's just such a bad trade. Like it's a prismatic trade, so you have to probably have power on it. I don't know. It needs like a burn or something because in that game that I'm talking about, I had 9 Umbral with 3-star Yorick with his carry augment and BIS, and I lost to the Ash comp. Like it was literally so bad. I can't even describe it. It's just such a joke. This Umbral 9 Umbral thing, but sure, whatever. 1 and 2 cost, the ability on hit damage is getting reduced 9135 to 100 to 8120 to 100. This is on the ability on hit damage. Okay. Well, the Darius openers were quite strong lately in the previous patch, so I believe this is a good enough change. I'm not sure. It was actually it might still be too OP because Darius is a Umbral duelist, which both of them are good, actually very good traits in the early game because Umbral gives everyone on your team a shield, like everyone you put on the Umbral hexes. and duelists have stacking attack speed, which is again amazing in early game. We'll see. The Kog'Maw is getting buffed, 160 to 25, 315 to 160 to 40, 335. Wow, okay. The 3-star one, I could have seen it 340 or 345%. But other than that, it should be good. The thing is that you don't really care about two-star. Like you care about two-star for 3 or 4 fights in the stage 3 maybe, like if you don't hit it automatically after your roll down, but okay, sure. We'll see. I like this unit and I like the Kog'Maw reroll. I like the one cost reroll, and this is the only viable one they said, so yeah, we'll see. Riven, 150, 150, 155 to 190. 190, 200. Wow, they overbuffed it. They want Riven to be good. This might actually enable the Storyweaver reroll with the red kill buffs. Interesting. Wow. They actually put 190, which is already over 155, which was the 3-star from the previous iteration. This is interesting. This might actually make Riven viable with Storyweaver and Bruiser and Altruist. Um, then again, we'll have to test it. A loon. A loon. Wow. This champ is such a joke. Never played, never tried to reload it. This is not her issue. Not the attack speed, not the anything. It's just such a bad unit, and it has always been like since PB. I believe some people were re-rolling it because it was the primary AP 3-star 3-cost carry, but now it's just, man, it's such a joke. I can't even describe it. This is a bad unit. You don't even play it in invokers. Like you would rather play in your 4 invoker Ash comp, you would rather play a Janna than an Alone. This is how bad she is. Um, Bard getting 5 AP, I mean 5 AD. Well, because he has double scalings, this is actually a good buff. It's actually a cool buff for Bard. I like Bard. I like playing Bard reroll. I actually like Bard as a champion. And, if you play League of Legends, you know that this champ is more of a supportive one, the most supportive champ in the game, or I mean, one of the most, like, and it's also funky. And the fact that he's just a turbo carry in TFT is just so nice. The Tristan ID going from 55 to 60, and the ability ADs granted is getting changed from 260 to 65 to 65 to 70 AD plus 75, 115, 185 AP to 300, 300, 300, 305 AD plus 50, 75, 150 AP ability damage. I believe this means that you no longer have to go the crit build on Tristana, because the previous patches you were just going Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, and Hodge to get the most critical chance, and the Hodge was contributing to the AP, which was contributing to the AD that you got, and with the attack speed and the critical strike, you are actually building an okay Tristana. But I believe not that now you can go for like an Giant Slayer maybe. The Volibear is getting buffed. 140, 170 to 10 to 150, 180 to 40 ability healing. Interesting. Not only the fact that it gets 10, but it just gets 30 ability healing, 30% ability healing at 3-star. Duelist might be back 4 and 6. Maybe there are some iteration with 4. I don't know about with 4 duelists, but This actually looks good. Zoe's getting buffed. This unit is trash. I tried to make her work so many times, and I even restart her. And her issue is not her issue is her ability. Her issue is the fact that she has to kill certain small threshold HP units in order to get going, and she can do that. She like you can put any items on her, it's just not gonna work. It's so cool, like the ability, but it's so bad because now imagine playing this Zoe 3-star or like Arcanist into the Ash Invoker Ash comp, and you're just never gonna probably just never gonna kill any of the front line. Like you're gonna hit a Mumu, he's not gonna die. You're gonna hit Nautilus, he's not gonna die. You're gonna hit Annie, is not gonna die. So how this doesn't matter. 275 into 290, who cares? That 614 to 614 into 695, it's a lot, but and the ability damage goes from 215 to 225 at 3-star. I don't know. Kane, this is a very deserved nerf. Kane needed a nerf. It was too OP with Heavenly, and will probably still be OP. This champ is good because he has the most the perfect trait for him, which is Reaper for his ability, and the fact that he spins in an AoE, it's just a very clumped meta right now. Like you're just having 3 frontline units, and you're probably most likely clumping them, and Kane can get into the backline and just go one by one and just drag them down. The Morgana spell damage is getting increased at 3-star. Nobody cares, but the Morgana is now more likely to cast her ability at clumps of enemies. They changed the targeting, and I believe this is good, but it's probably still gonna be unreliable because sometimes you just want to snipe the backline with this, and you're just never gonna snipe the backline with this anymore because front line is clumped usually. The Syndra buffs are huge. 7-7-10 to 8-8-10 starting orbs. Also, the 3-star Syndra is a joke, but this is actually good. This actually adds a lot of more starting orbs over the process of stacking them. So yeah, it might make Syndra good, but we'll see. Lissandra. Well, I don't know what this is. 1200 to 1100 HP, 50% to 40% chance to get loot. Man, this is not why the Lissandra is broken. I don't know why this changes here, but this is such a joke, man. They clearly don't get the fact that not the HP or the chance to or the loot actually is the problem with Lissandra, is the fact that she can CC you for like 5 seconds. She can literally CC your tank with shields or heals for 5 seconds and dealing damage, and no, literally not. This is not the way to take it. This is a joke. It's still OP. It's still gonna be clicked by everyone. It's still gonna be OP in the Ash comp. Whatever. The support items. I will go over the support items and over the artifacts briefly, but I'm not gonna go into too much details. There are many other people who explained all of them. I believe the unstable treasure chest is good, and Monster Renewer is also good. The Knight's Vow and Spite will be situational, and I got to try the Eternal Flame today. The fact that it just wounds and doesn't burn them is just, it feels weird, but whatever. Nobody really cares. The support items are so situational, so yeah. The artifacts, I'm just gonna go briefly over them. I like the Suspicion Trench Coat. It's good, good tempo. The Talisman of Ascension is broken. If you can make the unit to put it on survive 18 seconds, it will get a lot of HP and damage increase, and this is just so insane, like on a Silas, on Kobuko reroll, on anything. The Unending Despair is trash, never take it. Light Shield Crest, this is situational, is good tempo play early game. The Innervating Locket is good on front line, good on Silas, good on Nautilus, I believe. Any, it's a decent item. It's not broken. It's a decent item. Um, let's go to the next slide. Prowler's Claw. Prowler's Claw is broken on Kane. Put it only on Kane. This is just a Kane item. Like it's also bugged on Kane. He just gets the bonus critical strike over and over and over again. Mittens is just average. It's a huge stat stick because it just gives you 60% attack speed, which is insane. Rapid Fire Cannon only good on Kiana. Horizon Focus only good on Lux, and maybe I want to say Nautilus and Annie. I think it works with the Annie stun, but yeah, it's a weird item because it doesn't give you AP. It just gives you bunch of stats, random stats on a thing that deals damage. Forbidden Idol, just put it on Tahm Kench. It's a Tahm Kench item, and maybe Ornn and like Trash, but it's just so broken on Tahm Kench. It just goes beyond broken on him. Silvermere Dawn, I like this item. You can put it on a lot of stuff, usually frontline. It just gives a lot of stats. The fact that it has the attack speed locked at 0.5 is a bit bad. If it had attack speed locked at like 0.6, it would be a lot better. But I guess this way it would have been broken. So yeah, the Seeker Soundguard. This is a generic item. It has similar power with the other artifacts that were already in the game. The Jewel, I'm not gonna read it. The Jewel, this is just a Teemo item. Always put it on Teemo in the game. The Corrupted Vampiric Scepter. This is by far, and I'm always gonna say this is by far the most broken item of them all. The most broken new artifact because I have a video with it on NAR, and 1-star NAR was able to just 1v9, which is as long as he wasn't getting one shot. So the fact that it silences the holder is actually a buff for most of the champs that don't really need to use their ability. Like even Tristana maybe, but this is just so broke. Put it on Nar, win the game. With 2-star Nar, you're gonna win the game. It's just so beyond broken. Spectre Cutlass, this actually is what I believe to be the return of the assassins. This is actually the assassin item, like teleports the holder to the mirrored hex. This is just what an assassin wants. Like this is Kane and Kha'Zix maybe, but other than that, it's not gonna be used maybe on Lissandra or things like that. Lichbane, I never got to try it. I heard it's okay, but it's just a weird item. What it is, I don't understand it right now. Luden's Tempest. This is good. You have to combo this with Collector if you can. This is actually one of the funnier ones because you have a lot of single target damage. You can just chain the effect and it just one shots the board. Wits End is just a bard item. I don't know if it's good on anything else, but it's most definitely a bard item. Fishbones. I know this seems interesting and cool, and it's just good on snipers, but it's not reliable because anything that makes your attacks random or on random targets are is not really good because random is not gonna win the game. You need reliability, and this doesn't give reliability. So yeah, it's gonna kill the backline in like 1 in 4 fight, but the other fights are just gonna be lost. You know, why would you get this when you can get Lichbane or Luden's Tempest or I don't know. The Cursed I heard a lot of mixed feedback about this. This actually looks like a good looks like a good item, but 13 attacks is a lot. And would you rather have this reduction of the star level instead of a Giant Slayer, which in 13 seconds is gonna probably kill the target? I don't know. We'll see. Um, the other artifact changes. The Blacksmith Gloves now grants 300 HP and 30% crit. This is good because it was underpowered. Goldmancer stuff and Mogul's Mail got disabled. Goldmancer stuff was trash. Mogul's Mail was okay, but whatever. And Portable Forge now always gives 4 options at any stage, and Portable Forge Plus and Plus Plus got disabled because it's no longer need of them. Uh, Over encumbered, the bench lost from 2 to 1. This was actually and is actually one of the most broken augments, one of the most broken silver augments actually, because you can actually play stage 2 and maybe 3 without your whole bench, and getting 1.5 items for it is just kind of good. So deserve nerf. Pumping up base attack speed from 8 to 6. Not that much of a deal. You get to survive 2 more rounds. Sure. Or is it 3? No, it's 4 more rounds. Oh, okay. This is a big nerf. I mean, 2% attack speed is just eh, yeah, we'll see. Triforce 150 HP. This is not that big of a buff, but it might re-enable comms like Bard, which then again I like. Big games, trash augment, never take it from 80 to 100 HP, nobody cares. Build different. This was such a broken augment for like the past 2 or 3 patches, I believe. I always say that this was so broken. The nerf is deserved, and I hope they nerf it more because it just you just get this go 8, put all the forecast on the board, and just go top, get the top 4. So yeah, Call to Adventure. Call to Adventure stats for 2 takedowns, 20 HP and 2 AP, 18 HP and 3 AP. Wow, this actually is wow. This actually is a lot. It's a 50% HP and AP increase on an augment, which wasn't already bad, and they also buffed Zoe and Riven, I believe. So I think this brings the red kill back. Dragon Spirit healing per component from 8,000 to 7,000. This is interesting because I like this augment, and it just if you get it and you put it on like a non-bruiser, you'll never get to the 4th component ever, like in the game. So the fact that it requires you to usually put it on a bruiser or someone is just not good. So now that it's 7,000 HP, it might be okay. The dynamic duo gold from going from 15 to 20 gold, this is okay. Deserved buff. I don't know where would you get this because it's just a gamble. Like if you don't hit your 5 cost, it's just bad. Learning to spell from 10 to 18 AP. I never really got this augment. I never really got a hold of it because I don't know what I could play other than maybe Timo with it. So yeah, I don't know. Mind over matter got re-enabled. This is the one that gives your training dummies the HP equal to I don't know how much percentage of the APs of your whole Arcanist team. So I always like this. I'm happy that it gets re-enabled, but Arcanists are still trash, so who cares? Pandora's items too. That gives two random components instead of a random completed item. This is good. They are bringing it to the, I believe it was season 8 or season 9 state where it gave two components where the TF meta rised. Yeah. Raining gold, base gold from 9 to 8, not a big change. Slamming plus, base XP gain from 12 to 10, not a big change. Slamming plus is still okay. Accomplice from 4 to 2 gold, I think Accomplice is broken. I'm glad they're nerfing the gold. Build a bot, this is gambling. I don't really like taking build a bot because you probably just want Kha'Zix or like Darius and the other ones are trash. Like imagine getting a 3-star Rek'Sai out of it and you're just probably gonna sell it. It's just so useless. Call to Chaos, this is another gambling augment. I don't like taking this. Like gold from 66 to 58, it's whatever. XP from 70 to 64, it's whatever. Who cares? The 3-star, they give you also a 3-star 3 cost and 10 gold. Now they made it 20. Okay, I guess the 20 gold now and 3-star 3 cost is fine, but I don't like this segment. Going long, I don't like going long. I just think it's one of the worst prismatic augments, and you just shouldn't get it. But whatever. The infernal contract got disabled. Thank God. This is you'll never get the infernal contract. You just why would you stay level 7, man? It's just so bad. Yeah. I don't know. The champs, the 4-cost champs, the small changes. Tristar Ilia got buffed. Tristaron now reforges into the radiate items. Okay, sure. I mean, if you got the 3-star you'll probably win the game. They also buff the 3-star silence, ability damage, ability swipe, and ability heal, which is fine. I mean, I never got to really beat the 3-star 4-cost, but I think Syndra and maybe Ashe are kind of trash, but sure. Gold augments. Behemoth Crest. Gain a trash, gain a Shen, and a trash. These are really relevant. You just get more gold. Like you get 5 gold instead of 3. You get 5 gold instead of 3. You get 3 gold instead of you get 3 gold instead of 2. It's a joke. It's such a joke. Sage Crest, gain a Diana, gain a Zyra, and a Diana. Wow, this is so good because now you actually get three Sage so early on. Story Weaver Crest, now it also gives a Garen. Nice. I think they caught on the fact that nobody played the crests. So yeah, Warden crests, whatever. And the Sage Crown is the same. Like giving you a Zyra and a Diana, it's so broken because you were always looking for the third Sage. Yeah. Um, Other than that, there is just the bug fixes which nobody cares about. So I think we'll wrap this up. Thank you everyone for joining. This is actually the first time I'm recording with a microphone. We're gonna probably stream in the future or maybe record some more gameplay with the microphone, but for now, this is all I had to offer. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to share the subscribe button with the bell and like the comment section with a friend or I don't know. I don't care. Just thank you for joining. Have a good one. Goodbye.